Hey everyone, welcome to episode 2 of the Super Murtha Bros. I'm Scott.
I'm Ryan.
And this game is Monster Party for the NES.
Let's let this parade of monsters go by first before we, or let's get this parade of cocktail desserts go by.
Yeah, this game is really bizarre the way it's set up. It's pretty much you just fight a series of mini bosses in each level. And you can see some of the mini bosses going through the screen right now. And the first few mini bosses are pretty normal, but the game gets really bizarre after that.
Here comes some story bits. Mark was walking home from a ball game. He looked up and saw a bright star. While he stared at it, the star got bigger and bigger. The beauty of the star made his eyes moist. So he didn't notice that the star fell and landed right in front of him. It wasn't a star, but a monster. Mark quickly asked, "Who are you?" And this is a really awkward exchange here. They're coming up in a minute here.
Bert.
Just Bert.
What's up?
I'm looking for help. Evil monsters are out of control in my world. Come and help me. This is the first little boy he sees.
I'm afraid to fight the evil monsters.
Don't worry. With your weapon, you'll be able to destroy them easily. Period. This isn't a
weapon. It's a bat.
Sorry to take your line. Bat, batter, anything is okay. Anyhow, let's go. Bert grabbed Mark's hand and flew away. What's your name?
Mark.
Mark, my planet is dangerous. So we must act to dash together.
How?
Like this.
Then they fuse together.
That's right.
This is how Mark's adventure began. How dangerous can his planet be if he enlists the help of a child with a baseball bat?
The first child he sees is the help he enlists. That's one of the lazy ass missions he went on there.
Yeah, so for the first enemy you see, it's like evil Elvis or Misfits era Danzig, throwing lightning bolts at you.
And as you can see, one of the mechanics in this game, one of the basic mechanics is repelling projectiles with your bat. And I think the first thing we're gonna do is level up on some health here. Or maybe not. Maybe we're just going to go straight for the boss here. This is a little Shop of Horrors type of enemy here. Big talking plant.
And then basically the way to beat him is pretty much just hit the bubbles back at him.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Yeah, it does.
It takes quite a few bubbles to kill him.
There's a sweet spot on the floor if you find it. That's what I'm looking for right now. If you find that sweet spot, pretty much all your hits will return at him. Like I said, the mini bosses are really strange. The first few, like this one's okay, and the next like 2 or 3 are also normal. But then it gets really weird, and I don't know what the developers were thinking at that point.
Yeah, this game is kind of like an acid trip, I would equate it to. I've never been on acid, but I would imagine this is what it'd be like, is playing this game. So I told my brother here that we should probably get some acid and try to replay this game. But,
And when you kill these enemies, they drop question marks. The question marks will either provide you with more health, points, or one of the things that help you turn into your alien friend over there. It's pretty random though.
And his kicking legs, these upside down legs.
Miley Cyrus twerking.
That's very topical.
In a few years, that won't make any sense anymore.
Yeah. Who the hell is Miley Cyrus? Your grandkids will say.
And right now we're just going back and forth because he'll continue to drop hearts for us. So we're just picking up some health before we continue on.
You can see there's a lot of room for health there. Let's
There I go.
squirm underneath the pill here and let's take some Prozac and turn into a dragon.
This is when they fuse. It's not really much of a fusion. It's more so you just become him.
It's more of a transformation than a fusion.
And some of these doors that you go in are just empty, and there's actually a lot of doors like that, which is kind of bizarre. I don't know why they bothered.
It was just to inconvenience you, I think.
They went through a lot of work to inconvenience me.
It's obviously what we want to do. Oh, here, this part, we gotta be a dragon long enough to fly over that spike pit.
There we go.
That's kind of a cool effect, the transformation thing, how he... this is really bizarre, because I don't think there's a room like this in the rest of the game.
No, this is
a boss that's already dead.
Yeah. Just go in there and you collect it and collect that question mark.
And you also,
move on with your life.
Also, he still has enough life to apologize for the fact that he's not going to fight you.
The kid has quite a vertical.
Yeah,
This is like a 4 or 5 foot vertical.
this is where the game gets really bizarre. This is where the acid trip begins. You kind of think the game is going to go in this Halloween-y type of direction, and yes, I did say Halloween-y. You think it's going to go into this, generic skulls and skeletons and ghosts and Frankenstein's monster type deal, but it gets much more bizarre than that, as you can see already. There's a dog with a face on it, a non-dog face on it.
Yeah, consider this an early Halloween episode.
Yeah. It's not quite September. That's close to Halloween.
Please don't pick on me.
Please don't pick on me.
Then he attacks you
Yeah,
first.
but yeah.
Asshole. You pick the crap out of him and we'll move on.
Transforming back into good old Mark.
Mark's head is really shiny, and I don't think that's a helmet. He just uses a lot of product.
I also noticed that later in the game, Mark changes outfits. He changes different. Well, he had maybe the same outfit, just different colors.
Gotta have wardrobe changes.
That's true.
His clothes get really sweaty when you're fighting evil Elvis.
That's right.
Another empty room. You see from the last boss we beat, we got a key. That key is pretty much what you need just to get to the next level. So once you get that key, you just work your way to the end. And couldn't pick up that question mark.
His hands grab at you.
Let's see, empty rooms.
We're gonna progress to the next level here. There's your password. You might want to write this down, everybody.
Especially when you get towards the last few levels.
That's right.
His planet is a lot like Earth.
Yeah.
Not that earthly sewers look like this, but
It's very similar, though. We do have blood dripping from our sewer pipes.
we do have man-legged fish.
That's true. Well, we never know. We don't know what's down there. Well, maybe we do. I don't know.
So I'm just gonna keep beating up this fish and get some more health before I go in and fight the next mini boss. I mean, pretty much after the first boss, the first boss you just sit there and you bat the bubbles back at them. But the other bosses, sometimes you just kind of have to brute force your way through them. There's really no strategic way to face them. And with this one, I pretty much just brute force my way because I've learned the hard way that those slugs or whatever that snake spits out at you, you can hit them back at the snake, but it won't do damage unless it hits him in the head. And pretty difficult to hit them up with like that. See, brute force works just fine.
I also kind of noticed that enemy kind of looked like an enemy in like a Final Fantasy, like a 16-bit Final Fantasy game. They just kind of stand there. They look like they're in motion, but they're not. They're not animated. And that was also a snake with snake for its hair. So that's kind of redundant. I think the point they were trying to get across was snake.
Alright, so I'm just going to get a little more health and then we'll continue our journey through the sewers. They never tell you what his planet is called.
No. Well, maybe they do. We don't even experience the end of this game.
We almost do.
We almost do. Yeah, we got pretty close. Maybe the planet was Earth all along.
The mommy alligator throws baby alligators at you.
Like any good mother.
So at this point, the mini boss from here on out just get pretty weird.
Yeah. This is where the acid trip... Well, the acid trip already began, I think, but... this is where the acid trip takes a turn for the worse.
I think I've heard if you do acid, like, 3 times or something, you're legally insane at that point. Like, it fucks your brain up that bad. So, FYI.
Maybe that's why John Lennon became a hippie.
A little bumping your head on the sewer pipe animation there.
I like that. That's a nice touch. We thought of everything.
LeBron James legs. He's all the way up there without the ladder. This kid's got hops. I don't know what he's playing baseball for.
We're taking drugs for him. What's up with that?
Yeah, I know. He's probably not really turning into a dragon. It's just he's hallucinating.
Yeah, it's just his fever dreams.
Fever dreams.
Those little egg sacs take a lot of hits. Okay, here we go. Here's where the bosses become weird. As you can see, that's obviously a shrimp. A bouncing shrimp, and it turns into other food items, as you'll see.
Pretty much all you have to do is duck, and it can't hurt you.
It turns into a variety of appetizers. The boss becomes a little difficult here because we're not a dragon. We have to kind of follow it along with our bat.
So we took him out.
We took out, this is his second form.
Onion ring.
Those familiar with Final Fantasy boss fights, or final boss fights in a Final Fantasy game, will be familiar with this old bit. The multiple forms of boss. Except this is 10 times more sinister.
And you can pretty much just hump the ground all the way to victory on this one. Just gotta stay low.
I like his floor crawl animation, his army crawl.
It's a pain in the ass chasing it down though and hitting it. There we go, his final form. I don't know what that is. Some sort of kebab.
It looks like a kebab with cheese curls on it.
Whatever it is, the background makes no sense for it.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with the background. There's 2 little pods or something in the back. I don't know. Weird. That was a good flurry there.
Yeah, it was. This thing used to kill me all the time until I realized I can just lay down and avoid its attack. I used to get so pissed losing to the shrimp in the onion ring. And boom goes the dynamite. There's a little glitch in this part of the game for some reason. It won't let me get that question mark. But it doesn't matter, you don't need it.
The first thing we do is walk out and hit an egg sack. And also, ricocheting those bullets or those projectiles back at an enemy will, and if it actually connects with the enemy, will actually one-hit kill it. As you can see there.
And that's really the best way to go about doing it, but...
Yeah, once in a while, sometimes you gotta bludgeon stuff to death, but
like these fish leg.
yeah, but if you can bat something back at an enemy successfully, it's the way to go.
Take some PCP and move on with our lives. So I'm moving on to the last boss in this level now, which is also kind of a weird, nonsensical wishing well.
You know, it looks like a Japanese well that you would think would be throwing coins, but I don't know if those are coins. They look like dinner plates.
They do look a lot more like dinner plates than coins. But when you're the dragon guy, you can take them out pretty quick.
Yeah, that wishing well went down like a chump.
And we got our keys, and it's time to find the nearest exit. And hump the ground furiously real quick.
This game is full of great animations. He doesn't just duck, he lays down completely, face down.
That's the way you teabag enemies in this game.
This is early video game teabagging. There we go. Look at that. Looks like we're nearing the end of the second stage here, the sewers.
There we go. Level 2 complete. It's kind of weird that they use the wording round.
Yeah, that's weird.
Not like you're fighting,
Right.
like an organized sporting event.
No, it's not a MMA fight or anything. Watch for the falling projectiles.
Yeah, right when you get close enough to them, it just falls. You can just wait it out. There we go. And empty room. Thanks for wasting my time.
Fat-headed skeleton and whatever that ghostly thing was.
I just beat the shit out of that thing. I don't know why it didn't die.
This guy's kind of interesting. He appears at a certain point, certain intervals here. And we're just gonna skip him because who needs him?
Trying to avoid going down there and actually getting hit by him.
Right.
Like, get hit anyway.
Yeah, it
so
doesn't matter.
It's kind of got angry and went over there and beat him up. We'll just go in here and face the first mini boss of the level. Hoping the skeleton is going to drop me a heart or something. But no such luck.
Yeah, this is the Minotaur with what looks like a boner. It's actually a scythe, but it looks like he's a boner.
And he drops cows, you just can hit the cows back at him.
Yeah, he just drops cows. Why not?
It's a lot easier just to bludgeon him to death.
I think we're gonna go farm for some health here.
As you can see, each level has a completely different theme.
And what that theme is entirely up to you to decide.
We just keep trying to kill this bat guy to get more health. And we find out that it only lets you do it so many times.
Yeah, man. The game catches on to your bullcrap sooner or later.
But health farming is really for some bosses, you kind of need to health farm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you won't make it. We're still allowed to get some health. I think it's gonna stop me pretty soon, though. Give it one more try just to make sure that wasn't a glitch. And then it breaks my heart. Yeah, time to move on. That's that good stuff.
Disappearing skeleton.
And you can see, you can always tell which ones are going to fall because the stagmites, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
They're all blue.
Here's an Egyptian background with a ghost that seems to be shooting sperm.
If he hits you with it, the character gets pregnant.
That's a whole different game after that point.
Then it's just about finding child support.
Yeah, it's a weird baby raising simulator after that.
But we avoided that, and yeah, we can continue with the normal game. These empty rooms get really annoying.
Yeah, there's really no reason.
And there's so many of them, that's the problem.
We're just taking our sweet time. We're trying to study this guy's patterns so that we don't unwittingly walk into it.
Bludgeon it to death. These umbrella bats are really annoying. They take a lot of hits, and sometimes, and I do pretty well with them here, but most of the time when I play this, they end up doing a deal of damage to me.
It's kind of like an old standby of retro games, is enemies that hang from the ceiling and come down are usually the most annoying.
We just have to move on to our last boss. Get this key.
I'll suck all your blood.
Not on my watch.
And there's our key in the lower right. And there's our exit.
Alright, moving on. Now we're into an Egyptian theme.
And the thing about these rocks is up and down floaty rocks, you can't break them even though you can hit them. And
It looks like you're causing damage to them,
yeah,
but
it looks like
they don't ever break. I learned that from bludgeoning one for like 5 minutes one day.
it wasn't a waste of your time though. You learned something.
That's true.
We're gonna go back and milk the snake, as it were, to get some health. If you catch my drift.
Sounds wrong though, milking the snake.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to drop down there, but luckily there's nothing in that door. Could be no way to get back up and retrieve it. The scorpion flinging crap.
And we tried to be slick there and go under the rocks, but we just hit our head on it. It's okay. No one saw it. We're doing pretty good health-wise here. So we can take a few hits.
Here we go. But you cannot hump quick enough to get to that heart. It will disappear.
Your hearts disappear and we don't make it.
Heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking, isn't it? That's a nice pun. That's a nice pun. I am a slowpoke.
Like how he trails off. Dot, dot, dot.
And it's a big suit of samurai armor, walking slowly, shooting swords.
You can see he doesn't really shoot the swords at you. So really the best way to just do it is just bludgeon him.
I think it's kind of weird that there's a suit of samurai armor in an Egyptian-themed level.
Yeah. But then in the cave level, there was that one background where they had the ghost with the sperm. The background was like a sphinx, and that was in the cave level. I don't know why.
So this game has all sorts of screwed up.
Despite how like weird this game is, I do really like this game. At least the beginning, a few levels.
Yeah.
Towards the end, it gets really annoying, which you will see later. I'm just trying to milk the scorpion for health.
We milk all sorts of things in this game.
It's one of the side quests.
It's all sorts of animals to milk. It's one of the more bizarre enemies. So there's a cute kitten in a box, but he becomes less cute as he emerges here. And he's throwing smaller kittens at you.
So this is what I don't understand. It almost looks like they cut this out of like another game and just kind of pasted it in.
Yeah.
It really doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't match the tone of the level or anything. It just
Not at all.
As you see, this cat has terrible aim.
Throw something at me, for Christ's sake.
There we go, we finally beat it. Trying our darndest to bat those back at the scorpion, but there we go. That was a question mark that turned you into a dragon instead of taking a shot. That's weird.
Yeah, the question marks will either drop health, or they'll either give you health, they'll either give you points, or they'll give you the dragon drug. And it doesn't often give you the dragon drug. Doesn't often give you health either. You're most likely to get points from it. And then, I guess, after that, second most likely to get health. Least likely to get the dragon drug. Why the hell is his name Bert?
Bert. The name Bert doesn't stop at Earth. It was all.
Again, this looks for every, like, cut and paste, like some weird clip art they just stuck into the game.
I think maybe they took assets from other games and just reused them. There's a guy with a guitar and a speaker. And we beat him. He went down easy. He was no match for Bert.
Nobody's a match for Bert.
Nobody.
I don't know why Bert needs this bratty kid to come and abuse animals with his baseball bat.
And I think we should probably start a petition to get Bert and Mark in the next Smash Brothers game.
Yeah, it'd be kind of like a. That would be like the Princess Zelda Sheik type of.
Yeah, it's true. It's not actually, it's not a bad idea.
It would work out.
And you can see there's the block that doesn't take any damage.
There's our exit. It's almost impossible to get there, though. I thought for sure that.
I think we just kind of forced our way through here
Yeah.
at this point. You're just kind of like, alright, just gotta bonk our heads a few times and then we'll get through.
There we go. On to the next. Round 5, as they say.